we have arriveth. We booked a one-night stay at this RV park called...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Traveling Wildberries.
The Anicinabi RV Park in Kenora, Ontario.
This will be our second to last stop in Ontario before we enter the province of Manitoba, a place neither one of us has been yet. The RV spot we were assigned sits on a bit of a hill overlooking the Lake of the Woods. Quite a nice spot unless one likes to be closer to the water. As for us, we normally would prefer to be closer to the water, but in this case, it didn't really matter all that much.
In what seems to be a developing pattern, we got the rig set up, then took a nice long walk around the park in order to scout things out. Step, step, steps.
A little later, after our walk, we set up shop on the picnic table and sat around doing our thing there for a while.
A nice sunny day with very little wind. Yep. I have a feeling Ken is going to fly the drone at some point. Oh, look. That's just what he's doing now.
As I was zipping to and fro, Kat got my attention to let me know that she'd noticed a deer on the other side of the RV, just about 10 feet from the back. I flew the drone over there to grab a pic and say hello. I was careful not to fly up too close or too quickly. I didn't want to hurt or spook the deer too much. I picked a spot and just hovered.
As you can see, the deer stared at the drone almost as if to say, "What the heck is this crazy thing?" It twitched its ears a few times, cocked its head to the side, then decided, "That's it. I've had enough of this noise," and took off.
It was kind of neat to get such close shots with the drone like that.
I later got some shots with the camera of some other deer that came over to graze just off the edge of the site where we were. They're so tame.
A little while after that, we went to the store to get some firewood, and then came back and prepared the fire pit. Guess what? It started to rain.
Luckily, it only rained long enough for us to get that feeling that we may have gotten the firewood for nothing. Then it cleared up.
Yeah, and once it cleared up, we went out and fired up, as the saying goes, the wood in the pit.
We sat by the fire and, as most folks do, stared blankly into the flames. That's when it dawned on us, hey, no mosquitoes. That's right. Amazingly, there are no mosquitoes to speak of.
This prompted me to say, that's it, we're moving here tomorrow.
It was actually so odd that the next time we found ourselves at the little store, we mentioned it to them, asking if this was normal. They said it was usually not too bad for skidders around here, but this year, they said, was even better in the sense that it was a drier than normal spring, and thus even fewer mosquitoes.
For us, that was a major plus. because it seems that just about everywhere we go, we're so bothered by them that it takes a lot of enjoyment out of being out doing things like sitting by the fire.
Anyways, we enjoyed the mosquito-less fire experience and later went inside for the night.
In the morning, we packed up and headed on down the road towards Kenora.
We pulled up in Kenora, and one of the first things to catch our attention was, you guessed it, this bell tower on what probably used to be a church and is now a brewing company.
We parked the rig and walked around exploring the town a bit.
We then were formally introduced to Husky the Musky, or I should say, we pulled up across the road from where he's located.
We parked the rig once again and went out to walk around that area as well.
When we got back to the rig, we watched the trains pass by on the tracks just meters from where we were parked.
I'll say it again, some of these tags are really neat.
We decided we needed a few supplies, so we scouted out a store.
It turns out the best option was the Safeway, which happened to be right across the street from this little waterfront parking spot, which turned out to be a real cozy spot for us to park and relax for the rest of the afternoon/evening.
After shopping, we had supper, then once again went for a nice long walk. Steps, steps, steps.
Because of a mix-up with an Amazon delivery, we ended up spending 4 days in Kenora, but honestly speaking, we found a lot of things to do and we really enjoyed it.
Our last night was at the Welcome Center, where we stopped and waited for an impending storm, which the weather station had told us to expect.
And it didn't disappoint. Wow, some of those thunderclaps were fierce sounding. As a matter of fact, one of them set off the alarm in the Welcome Center, which got us worried that they may think that we had tried to break in or something, since we were the only ones in the parking lot.
Turns out it was all fine. Someone came and reset the alarm, then the storm ended shortly after that.
In the morning, we were off to what turned out to be a really eclectic RV park in Manitoba, not far from Winnipeg, which we had booked for one night.
We'll see y'all there in the next video.
Ciao for now.